Welcome to the Big Four Accounting Firms podcast, brought to you by big4accountingfirms.com. If you enjoy our show, don't forget to help us out by subscribing to this podcast, sharing it with a friend, and providing us with a review on iTunes. Check out the show notes below for the link. Thanks, and enjoy the show.
In today's podcast, we'll be continuing our Big Four compensation series, but today we're going to be looking at the salaries at Ernst and Young and what you can expect to earn at Ernst and Young. We'll be going over E&Y salaries by analyzing what their employees earn in the largest cities in the United States. And those cities are New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, Houston, and Phoenix. To listen to the previous podcast in the compensation series, make sure to check out the show notes in this podcast. And when we do our analysis, we'll be focusing on the manager and senior associate roles at Ernst and Young, as those roles have the most people in them with the most reliable data. We will be going over the salaries of each practice at Ernst and Young, and those practices are audit, tax, and advisory. First, let's take a look at New York City. In New York City, working at Ernst and Young, an audit manager can expect to earn $115,000 per year on average, while a tax manager can expect to earn $124,000, and a consulting manager can expect to earn $136,000. An audit senior can expect to earn $87,000 per year, while a tax senior associate can expect to earn $80,000 per year. And lastly, a consulting senior associate in EY New York can expect to earn $109,000 per year on average. Now, compared to Deloitte and PwC salaries, it looks like EY falls right in the middle of most of the categories. At EY, audit seniors and managers make more than Deloitte, but not more than PwC. Meanwhile, in advisory, E&Y makes less than both Deloitte and PwC from a manager perspective. Now let's go over Ernst and Young Los Angeles salaries. In Los Angeles, an Ernst and Young audit manager can expect to earn $92,000 per year, while a tax manager at E&Y in Los Angeles can expect to earn $119,000 per year. An advisory manager can expect to earn $139,000 per year, while an audit senior associate can expect to earn $73,000 per year. A tax senior associate can expect to earn $79,000, and an advisory senior associate can expect to earn $90,000 per year on average. As you can see from the data from E&Y Los Angeles, the Los Angeles employees earn less than most employees in New York. The only exception being that E&Y advisory managers in LA look like they make as much, if not more, than advisory managers in New York. And this could be because E&Y has a really good reputation in Silicon Valley in California, which might carry over to their Los Angeles office. Now let's move on to salaries at Ernst & Young Chicago office. At Ernst & Young Chicago, an audit manager can expect to earn $102,000 per year, while a tax manager can expect to earn $108,000, consulting manager $133,000, audit senior $77,000, tax senior $79,000, and an advisory senior $97,000 per year on average. Now, out of the Ernst & Young Chicago office, it looks like the Chicago salaries are higher than the Los Angeles salaries from an audit perspective, but they earn less from a tax perspective and advisory. Okay, next let's go over Ernst & Young salaries in Houston, Texas. In the Ernst & Young Houston, Texas office, an audit manager can expect to earn $101,000 per year on average. Tax manager can expect to earn $97,000 per year on average. A consulting manager can expect to earn $138,000 per year on average. Audit senior, $78,000. Tax senior, $84,000. And an advisory senior, $105,000 per year on average in the Ernst & Young Houston office. Now looking at E&Y's Houston numbers, it looks like they do very well from a consulting/advisory perspective. They make more than their other offices in their advisory practice. The Houston tax practice for Ernst & Young appears to be one of the lowest earning offices that we have researched. So if you're thinking about doing tax at Ernst & Young Houston, you might want to look at a different firm. Okay, lastly we have Phoenix. There wasn't as much information for Ernst & Young Phoenix, and this could be because their office in Phoenix is not that big, even though Phoenix is one of the largest cities in the U.S. We were only able to find data for Ernst & Young's audit and tax senior associate levels in Phoenix. At Ernst & Young Phoenix, an audit senior associate can expect to earn $63,000 per year, while a tax senior associate can expect to earn $73,000 per year. And from that data on Phoenix, it looks like Phoenix is one of Ernst & Young's lowest paying offices out of the biggest cities in the U.S. So what does all this information mean? It means that New York is the best paying big city again within the United States if you're going to work at Ernst and Young. And another thing that we learned with Ernst and Young as well is that consultants at E&Y are also valued very highly, with tax coming in second and audit coming in last. And this is in line with what we've seen at Deloitte and PwC as well. And this seems to be a trend in the Big Four. The employees in the practices with the highest growth are able to earn the most money. So with that, I'll encourage you to subscribe to this podcast so that you can continue to receive the rest of our Big Four compensation series.
We appreciate your help in growing this podcast so we can continue to bring you the best Big Four content possible. You could help us out by providing a review on iTunes, sending us an email with your comments, and don't forget to share with your friends. There's a link below in the show notes. That's our show for today. Thanks for listening and have a great day.